That's not what I wanted.
Hey,
Oh, there it is.
I think we're live. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is changing so many things on the back end. Every time there's a new icon, I'm like, what does that button do? Is that going to screw me up in the future?
Is that going to screw him up in the future? In the future. Dang it. Hey, this is what we like to call a false start, Ben. Do you want to start over? Or do you want to just take it as it
Oh,
is?
goody. How's
Ben
it
Lawrence,
happening?
how's it happening? Keep it wrong.
Keep it
See you
wrong.
next week on the GudeLaurance
Until
podcast.
then,
Okay.
the podcast is closed.
So you probably aren't going to hear it, but you might hear it. I have had a very strange thing that's been happening in my office. I keep
Monkeys.
hearing, well, maybe, but I keep hearing this sound. Um, when you are filling in, like you're adding oil, let's say, to a car, or something in a can, not in a bottle, but in a metal can, way back when.
Yeah.
That little, it's got a little
Is it
sound to
the
it.
like the air rushing back into the can as the liquid
It's
leaves?
it's the it's the it's the walls of the metal that make up the
Oh yeah, the
can
metal flexing.
flexing. It's that sound, and I keep hearing it, and to me it sounds like it's outside.
Okay.
But I went outside and I can't find it. It may be inside. No idea what it is. It's been happening for about 2 weeks now. I'm worried that it's some animal, an event, maybe, um, inside the
Oh,
house.
like a little squirrel is going
Yeah,
through a metal ducting.
but it sounds to me like it's coming from outside the house. That's the thing
Have
that's
you like gone outside to try to find the source of the noise?
this is the thing that's disturbing and why I think it might be inside. When I go outside, I don't hear it. So it could be that,
Your house is gaslighting you.
well, I was gonna say it could be that it's inside and
Maybe
I'm
you
just,
have a gas
but
leak.
it sounds outside to me.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, it it feels like it's maybe wind or air related or nature. It feels nature related. Could be an animal, but it seems like I thought maybe it's so there are a bunch of icicles and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought maybe there's a metal thing somewhere that drops from the icicles they're falling on, and that's what I'm hearing. But
So
then I should be able to hear it outside.
it's it's cold there, right? You have snow on the
Yeah.
ground and all that.
Uh-huh.
And did you hear this same noise last winter when it was cold?
I wasn't. No, I didn't. But it could be that I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Or like you were still so new in the house that like every noise is,
Right.
nothing to be like concerned with.
It's one of those things where, like, oh yeah, I'll give you another example. Betty thought that she was hearing rats squeaking.
Yeah.
Right. This is a while ago. When she was in the living room. And I was like, okay, take me to where the sound is. And then I stopped and I listened and I figured out where the sound was coming from. And I walked into, like, the sound cone of the area. And I realized it was coming from the window. And then I looked and there were branches from, or twigs
Rubbing up against the window.
rubbing up against the window, making the squeaking noise. Um, So I'm pretty good at sussing this stuff out normally. The problem is that if it is outside, the area where it is, okay, you've seen my house before.
I have.
My house looks kind of like a one-story house, but then like becomes two, it comes back and it becomes
Yeah.
two stories. Um, it is if it's outside, it's right where the one story becomes two, and there's an area that's kind of sorry, it's happening still. There's an area that's kind of oh wow, I wonder if the microphone's going to pick it up.
I Zoom isn't letting me hear it, but I'm looking forward to listening to your audio to
Yeah.
see if that picks it up.
So so yeah, the oh yeah, I'm sure it'll pick it up at least one time. Um, but it's always this is the thing is it's always dun dun. It's always one two go in go out dun 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 dun. It's never just don't. Even if it's two in the row, it's dun 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 instead of don't. And
Does
it's
it
not until I started talking to you about it that I realized that.
does it sound random like a little critter is walking around, or does it sound mechanical?
Well, this is the thing is when I said it's nature sounding, it doesn't sound like a little critter running around. It's spaced out, right?
Yeah,
But it sounds like it doesn't sound mechanical in that it's not it's not every 5 seconds, right? Or
yeah,
every at random times. So it's more like I said, this is why I thought maybe it was icicles. It's more like the timing of it, not the sound. The sound of it sounds dun 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 like that. Sounds like
never
metal going
increases
in.
in volume.
Not really, no. Um, but it also it's a sound that I think th this is what I said to Jennifer. If it is like water dripping from icicles onto a metal thing, right?
Yeah,
Then the metal thing that it's falling into is of such a construction that it's a resonator because it's louder than a drop of water
right.
would make me think, if that makes sense. But if it's happening outside, it's happening on the roof in such a place that I can't see it.
Do you have gutters all around your roof?
I do have gutters, yeah.
Does it,
And I looked at the gutter. The gutter seemed like I tapped on it and stuff. Didn't
yeah,
seem like it would make that noise. Now here's a fun thing. It's not in the place it's making the noise at all, but the most massive icicles I've ever seen are on the first floor of the house.
yeah.
They're amazing,
I bet.
like gigantic.
When I lived in my previous apartment building, there was a noise that would happen every once in a while, and it was the frequency was random enough that it sounded like it was a critter in the wall. And I was kind
Yeah,
of like I lived in a house that had squirrels in the ceiling, right? So
right.
I'm like rats in the basement. So I'm like I was kind of attuned to like the
Wait, is
sounds.
this Mr. House?
Yeah, that was Mr. House.
Oh no, what?
So
Rats? What?
I was kind of in
You lived in the
tuned.
basement.
I was kind of attuned to like the sounds that critters make, in the walls.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, I caught probably in my later years there about a half dozen to 10 rats in the basement
Like in little traps and stuff.
in traps. Yeah, setting those
Wow.
things always freaked me out. But in my last apartment building, there was this noise. I'm like, oh no, and I lived on the fifth floor, right? Now, like, do I need to deal with like, or do I need
Yeah.
to tell the land or the not the landlord, the property manager that there's something in the walls? And it was only after a number of days this happening that I realized I actually went outside and I looked up at the building. There are vents for the dryers spaced along the building, and the vent right underneath my window was loose enough that the air escaping would make the metal plate bounce and hit, the housing. But like
Oh.
it wasn't like bam, 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 but it was like it was like a really random sequence. But the way it resonated inside the halls made it sound like something was walking back and forth.
Interesting. I wonder. I mean, it is possible the heat has been on. What the heat's been on all winter, but you know what I mean.
Maybe something got loose.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it happening again?
Okay. I'm looking at the sound
You're looking
wave.
at the sound.
I'm looking at the sound wave on the computer, and I think that there is one that got captured because I see a shape, and then I see me going ah.
All right, mark this
So
time. What is it? About 10 minutes in?
yeah, around 10 minutes in. Um. So we'll see. I don't know. Well then, I am still going to the. Oh, remember this?
Love in A Time of Zombies. I do own a copy, though I will admit I have not read it.
Um, it's. I read it. So I wrote this in 2009. A friend of mine from college is interested in producing a screenplay based on it, and has
Really?
asked for my blessing, and also asked me if I wanted to help. And I think it'd be better if I don't help, if I let him do it. But I said that I would read it and I would, figure out
Offer
like
notes.
how I feel about it, offer notes, etc. And I reread it. I like it. It is now, granted, it on the back, of course, it says "sex and zombies." That's all you really need to know. Um,
Is
it
it
is
dirty?
dirty. Yes,
All right.
yes, it is. And uh, but I noticed something in it, in that the dirtiness of it, what they end up doing becomes more and more um involved the deeper you go into the story. Because he said, what's some stuff that you want to keep, for sure. And that's one of the things, is they're very, like, in the first thing they're separated. uh he's downstairs, and he's calling up to her apartment, and they do like a thing, and then later on it's like they're not looking at each other, and then finally they're in the same, you know what I mean, it like, and then finally, uh
They
once they
consummate.
once they've both ooh, I don't want to tell you, Ben, because there's a chance you might read it, and I don't want to ruin the
Is there?
story. There is story to ruin. It is again, like I said, think it's well written. I'm actually proud of it.
Hmm.
I like it. So, very good. And who knows if it becomes anything? It may not. But this is the thing, right? I was reading it in anticipation. Oh, maybe there'll be a movie of this book. That'll be. And after reading it, I was like, you know what? Even if there isn't, glad I wrote this book. It's
Well, there you go.
pretty cool. Yeah.
It's nice to
Now,
like
how
things that
many
you
other
make.
things called Love in a Time of Zombies are there since then?
Probably
Many, many,
many.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, does the
But
world need another
2009,
zombie movie?
yeah. They need this one. Uh, so, but yeah, we'll see what
Has
happens.
nothing to do with
Yeah.
zombies, but Wonder Man. Are you watching? Do you have the Disney?
I do not have the Disney.
Ah,
Although, um, I like I like the character of Wonder Man in general. Again, one of those things where uh he's gone through changes from the time that was introduced to the character. But I think, like, the actor who plays him, I've seen that actor somewhere before.
he was in Watchmen.
Was he in Watchmen as the spoiler alert? I believe so.
Yeah, he
And
was. He
and
was.
he was
He
also
was.
in Candyman 2, I think.
Oh, I didn't see
I want
Candyman
to say.
2.
or not Candyman 2, the remake of Candyman is what I meant.
Re
Uh,
Candyman.
Candyman. I'm
Wreak
pretty sure.
havoc
Oh, Ben,
and
I
let
can't believe it.
candy the dogs of war.
I was like, I don't have my phone at all. It's because I'm podcasting on the phone. This is a thing that I did on purpose so that I wouldn't use my phone during the podcast.
Are you on your
That
phone with
I
me now, or I thought you used your iPad, or
I
is your
don't use
phone
my iPad anymore. I'm,
downstairs?
I'm using my phone
Ah,
to talk to you. Yeah. So yeah, pretty cool. So you're watching Wonder Man? You like it?
yeah, yeah. I think I'm about 4 episodes in. I don't know how many there are, but your friend and mine, Lauren Weedman. I don't actually know if you know Lauren Weedman. Do you know
Yeah, I
Lauren?
know Lauren We've
All
yeah.
right. She
I
posted on
interviewed her one time. She doesn't know me as much as I know her, probably, if that makes sense.
uh
I read her
she's
book. She wrote a book, and I interviewed her about it.
she works quite a bit. Like she had a recurring role in Hacks as the mayor of Vegas. Um she pops up in the strangest of places.
I think
And
she was in. I want to say that she was in The Leftovers
I haven't seen that.
on HBO. I could be
But
wrong about that one, but I think she might have been.
anyway, she posted on social media today that she's in an episode of Wonder Man and got to
Hey,
work with
nice.
Ben Kingsley and Yahya Abdul El Mateen the third,
Yeah,
who's the actor who plays Wonder Man. I hope I got that name right.
yeah. Um, uh, I wanna do a spoilers for Watchmen just really quick. Um, I thought it was good. I thought it was good in Watchmen, and
Yeah, he plays Doctor Manhattan.
the way that he was Dr. Manhattan was really nice. I thought. I just
Yes.
again, it's one of those things where I just bought, like I said, I bought the chair company so I could see it. I really like it so far. Um, I might have to buy Watchmen at some point in time. And it's weird that I would spend more
So
on
you
buying a
wait.
series from
So wait,
HBO than buying HBO instead.
which streaming service do you have?
Okay, so the streaming services that I have
I know you have the
right now,
Criterion Channel.
I don't anymore.
Oh, that's the new development,
I didn't watch it enough.
and they took it away
And
from you.
well, sort of. So it was renewing, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just let it renew, and I'll continue on. I mean, I really liked what I watched. Right? Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong. I thought it was really
yeah,
good. I really liked it. But then they said we're having trouble charging your card, and I was like, well, it's the right card.
yeah.
And they said we canceled your subscription because we couldn't charge your card. And I'm like, all right, well,
Really? Well,
if I decide that I want to go back and renew,
yeah.
then I'll do that. But for right now, I'm not going to. I wonder if it no, because Dropout. I was like, I wonder if it's the wrong card, but the Dropout, which I am. Okay, so Dropout. We have Dropout. Streaming services. I'm listening. Uh,
What's on Dropout?
Dropout is
That's like the new College Humor, right?
right. It's like Make Some Noise and Dimension 20, and
All right.
this is the thing, is it's the American version of British panel shows, uh in that there's a cast that does a whole bunch of different shows, but it's all the same people, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
get to know the people, you like the people, then you watch the show. So I've got that.
You got your
I
American
have
versions of Richard Iowati, of David
Yeah,
Mitchell.
exactly. But it's Brendan Lee Mulligan and then other people as well.
All
Lou
right, so
Wilson.
Dropout.
There's Dropout. You probably know who Lou Wilson is? Lou Wilson is the announcer for um, Jimmy Kimmel.
I yes. If that's his name, then I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. It's just really weird because it's either wow, the announcer for Jimmy Kimmel is in all these different shows on Dropout, or it's wow, that guy from Dropout is the announcer for Jimmy Kimmel. I'm in number two. So okay, so I have Dropout. I have Taskmaster Super Max Plus, uh, which is all of Taskmaster from all the other. You can just watch everything on YouTube these days, but I like supporting the show, so I'm still a member of that. Um, then we have Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
We have Netflix, Peacock, and Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
I think those are the ones.
That's a solid collection.
What I don't have that I would like,
Yeah.
Disney and Hulu,
Yeah.
but I'm not getting them until they finally quit messing around and just make them all one service. And
It's
then
happening. It's happening.
yeah, and then HBO Max, I'm not getting that either, until they get rid of the Max, and it's what until the Warner Brothers HBO, whoever it is. Wait, who bought HBO, or
It's
who's going to?
nothing's happening yet.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm waiting until all that gets done.
Netflix has put in a bid,
Yeah, that's right.
and I think there's another company that has also
Paramount.
put in Paramount. Paramount, I think, yeah,
Yeah.
has put in a bid to buy Warner Brothers Discovery, which
So
owns
I have
HBO.
Netflix already. Um, I am going to wait until that other thing dies down to figure out what I'm going to do about HBO and Paramount.
Yeah.
And because I want to see like all the Star Treks as well, but I just don't have them.
It's pretty funny. We we all complained about cable, and now there's just going to be one streaming service because one company is eventually going to own everything, and it's going to be cable again. You'll just
Yeah, it'll
have
be
your
Comcast. Comcast will own
yeah,
everything, and I mean
amazing. We've come
Xfinity
full
is
circle.
Comcast. That's
Yeah,
who I have my internet through because I can't have it through anybody else
I have
based on where I live.
my when I moved into my building, the internet provider was Wave, like
Yeah.
Wave provide, and then they were bought by I don't know if they were
Those
bought or if
watching
they
the video can see Ben's cool hand gesture when he said wave. You should. Sorry,
I
Ben.
don't
I was just really impressed by what you did there.
I don't know if they were bought by another company or if they just rebranded, but now they're known as Astound. But
Oh, wait.
I refuse to call them well, in my ledgers when I write down like keep track of how much money I give them
Ben,
every month, which seems to increase.
I
Uh,
think Astound might be trying to get us to switch to them. Sorry, I stopped because the noise happened again.
I you know what I have no problem with Astound. Um, or slash wave. It's been pretty solid, but my God, I get 2 to 3 mailers per week from Google Fiber
Oh, yeah.
and them wanting to switch
If
my
we could
internet.
have it, we probably would. But how much do you mind me asking? We spend a bunch of money on our internet because we everybody uses it all the time. I can't have slow internet based on my work from home thing.
Yeah.
Do
Do
you
you
know how
pay?
much you spend a
Do you
month?
know? Do you know? Like when you say everybody uses it all the time, so you just pay for a high speed, high
We
throughut,
we
or do you have like data caps that you go past or whatever?
we have no cap,
No cap.
uh, and we have the fastest speed available. Both those things.
Yeah. My internet, I think right now, like when I moved into my building about 3 years ago, I think it was like $40 a month, and then that was like a promotional
Uh-huh.
thing for like a year. I think now I pay like 85.
Yeah, if it'll make you feel any better, probably will. We're like $200 a month for our
Wow.
internet. Yeah, and I mean, it it does work.
Well, that's
Um,
good.
and it is cable. It's not fiber optic. If it were fiber, it'd be less probably.
Yeah.
And I think Astound might be fiber.
Is that one of
So
those things where like you'll have to pay for the fiber install into your house, like from the street or
yeah,
wherever it is, if you
it
get that?
is one of those things. But it might be worth it. I don't know. I That was one of
Yeah,
the weirdest situations that I've ever found myself in. I was in college and I had just written a letter to I think it might have been when did Ronald Reagan stop being president?
1988.
Yeah, so and then it was George H.W.
HW.
Bush.
Yeah. His VP.
Yeah. I wrote a letter, a crazy letter. I used to write crazy letters to people. There probably is a file on me asking if I would get in trouble if I were to make a giant yellow tank made out of plastic, something like that.
Okay.
And anyway, after writing that letter, a couple of weeks later, I woke up and there were two men inside my dorm room, which is disturbing to wake up and find two men inside your dorm room. And I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And they said, "We're installing fiber
Oh.
optic cable."
Sure.
And I was like, "Oh, that's weird."
That's a good cover
And
story.
they're like, I was like, "Shouldn't you let me know before you do that?" And they're like, "No, we're good."
No, the RA let us in.
Yeah, exactly. That was, and I don't know. It was definitely strange. Um, you know what I don't have? I don't think you have it either.
Herpes.
Some, I don't think you have it. Uh, Last time I checked, no. So this is the thing that I have a healthy fear of authority figures to the point where, if a police officer pulls me over, I'm like, "Hi, how can I help you? What's that? Oh, for sure." And like, I'm very nice and compliant.
Kill him with kindness.
I've never, yeah, fawning versus freezing, fighting, or
Yeah. Flighting.
flighting. Yeah. So yeah, just overly nice. "Oh, hey, what are you guys doing? Great job on running things, I guess." That kind of thing. Like, that is my natural instinct whenever I'm dealing with authority figures in general. It doesn't have to be a police officer either. It could be a elevator operator, front desk of a sandwich place. Not that they have a front desk, but you know what I mean. Like not a server, a host at a restaurant is what I mean. Like, or front desk at a hotel, anything like that. I'm always like, "Oh, sure, yes. How can I help?" That kind of. "Oh,
You
I'm
know,
sorry.
you don't
I'd
think there's a
like to check
difference
in."
between like customer service professionals and authority figures? Do you
I don't.
consider?
They're kind of all the same to me,
Okay.
except this is a good point. Um, when I'm dealing with a customer service person
On the
and
phone.
they themselves, this is really interesting, Ben. This might be the oppositional defiant thing that Jennifer was talking to me about. Um, if they take an authoritative tone with me, if the customer service person does, then all of a sudden, what are you
Yeah.
doing?" And then my old customer service instincts kick in. I'm like, "You shouldn't be talking to me that way.
Yeah.
I'm the customer." But if they're professional and they don't do any sort of a weird attitude thing, then I am very meek and compliant
Right.
usually. But but the main thing is that, yeah, especially like a librarian, anyone who's kind of in charge of a thing. Um, so I feel as though whenever I watch any of the the ice versus motorist things, like I know in my heart of hearts that I have this idea if they were to pull me over and question me, I'd be like, maybe I shouldn't be in the country like that, and then get myself into more trouble by just going along with the thing, right? Like they would be able to like get me to do anything.
You would comply?
It's quite possible that I would comply rather than be like, "Hey, wait, you can't." This is the th I That's exactly what it is. I think it's because I grew up in a small town with and I had been on the wrong side of the law in that small
Mm.
town. The concept of saying you can't talk to me that way is incorrect because they could talk to me that way and they did, and there weren't any consequences,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
I I don't know how I would react in certain situations. I think ICE isn't going to pull me over. But if I were
But they
to
could. This is the thing.
if they were to do that, I don't I don't think I'd be a dick right off the bat.
Hmm.
Um because yeah, I think I wouldn't I don't know. I If they asked like
Does it
a
does it
question, I may not give an honest answer. Like, where are
does
you
it
going? Or
surprise
what are you
you?
doing? Where do you live?
Does it surprise you at all to know that I have in my head a perfect model of how I think you would react to that? You
And
have
what's
a you
your
have a you have a serious Ben face that you sometimes put on when someone has crossed a line of some kind, where you would be like, okay, well, no, but really, let's you like lean forward a little bit, you squint a bit, and you're like, I don't really think you should be asking, hold
Yeah.
on like you would like take a time out and say, okay, listen, this is not, I don't know what you're doing now. Um, the breaking of the windows
Yeah.
seems punitive more than necessary.
And I'll admit, I've seen videos like that posted, but I haven't watched them because I know that it would just like infuriate me.
Yeah,
Um,
I've
and
seen a lot of them.
I'd like to think that if I saw them being, behaving badly towards others, that I would do something. If nothing else,
Yeah,
film them and post it. You know what I mean? Maybe
yeah.
not like get in there physically because I'm not the strongest person in the world, but um, yeah, I don't know.
This is the thing. I know this might sound weird, but for me, the violence, whether it's from a uniformed person or from another guy on the, I think I told you about this. One of the biggest things that shaped my idea of police and violence in general was when I was at the University of Missouri Columbia. There were two black fraternities, and they had rented out a sort of a gym area for like a dance party kind of thing, like
A
a
social.
um a social. And two guys were fighting, and one of them picked the other one up and threw him down on the concrete outside
Ugh.
of the venue. And I was there when it happened. And I walked down, and there were two police officers. Police, I had a little list there. Two police officers, campus police officers,
Campus
sit
police.
at the bottom of the hill. And I said, those guys up there are fighting. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, are you gonna stop it? And they're like, we will wait until the fighting stops, and then we'll go up and figure out what's going on. And I was like, okay. And that kind of set my level of how this goes, right? You
Yeah.
don't you don't cause problems there won't be problems. That whole idea, but that's different than the idea of if they show up trying to cause problems, which is a different thing. So who knows? Um, the one thing that I will say, obviously, is that um, we are still in the midst of interesting times, which is not good.
Yeah, for those listening to us from the far off future after this podcast has been unearthed by digital archaeologists,
Yay, Ben,
it's
you're on board.
it's
I'm
Thursday,
usually the one who makes
February
that.
5th,
Yeah,
2026. The latest news is that the president is considering nationalizing the elections, giving
yes,
Republicans control. FBI has already gone into Fulton County, Georgia, and has seized their voter rolls. They've told Minnesota that they will pull the ICE agents out of Minneapolis if Minnesota hands over their voter rolls.
yep.
So yeah, the midterms are coming up in November, and a lot of people are wondering if it's going to be a legitimate election.
We are
Yay!
currently under the rule of a group of people who have determined that the only way to avoid prosecution is to remain in power.
Yep.
And so that's the fun that's the
And
fun thing because you're extending your activities that could get you into trouble in order not to get into trouble. And for the little guys, Ben and I are the little guys in this situation. There's not a lot that we can do. We're just sort of trying to make ends meet, as always.
I live in a blue state with mail-in voting. I'm pretty confident my vote will be counted as needed, but I can't say that for the rest of the country.
Yes, and I do wonder about mail-in ballots actually, Ben. That's a thing that I am wondering if they're going to come in on one pretense and then take the mail-in ballots, arrive and oh, these never got there. Is it better to
Yeah.
be on a who knows? Who knows? All that I know is I also live in a blue state. And again, I live in a city that could theoretically operate as a nation state if the country gets crazy. Because I don't know, I do feel like the idea of Chicago, which is where I live, ladies and gentlemen, uh, the idea of Chicago doing a population shift, a huge population shift, seems unlikely. You know what I mean? Like we're a we're a city of blue voters in general.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they could make that stop. Who knows? Also, Roseland, where I live, was in the new. There was some news just recently, and it's concerning the thing that I talked about before, Ben. Um, there is just up the street where where you and I caught the red line to go downtown.
Yep.
A new proposal for a mixed use building in that area. Retail on the bottom, uh, residents on the
How
top.
do how do the residents feel about this proposal?
Well, it goes like this. Everybody's afraid of people they don't know, right? So a lot of people are concerned that if there is affordable housing by the red line, that people will move into that affordable housing and then take the red line. And my statement on that is you don't
The
have to be afraid.
horror.
That is exactly what will happen.
Yeah.
In fact, crazily enough, that's the idea that people had when they proposed those things.
Yeah.
Um,
Affordable housing near public transit.
yes, that is what people are looking for. I am more interested in the retail space as opposed,
Right.
what is going to go in there, and
Probably
we shall
something
see.
that's some sort of gentrified Whole Foods or
I'm
fancy
I'm
restaurant that the residents cannot afford.
I'm pointing at Ben in like I'm making statements. Um, I don't know how true it is, but there was in this project there was a whole bunch of work that went into making sure that that doesn't happen. I don't know how exactly, but that's the plan. Um, it'd be nice. Okay, so here's what here's what I'll say. Roseland, as we've said before, 99% black. That's not me making it up. That's like an actual statistic uh, of the population.
It was
It would
99.1%, but then you guys had to move in.
exactly, and so my hope would be that whatever retail they have there is a black-owned business, right? And then number two, that it's something that we can use. If it's any retail, there's nothing around right now that is really like a store that we frequent and a lot like often.
Watch it be like a specialty soaps store or something.
Listen, if it's a specialty soap store, I'm gonna go and get some soap. That is that is what we want. We want because did you go with us to
An
Beverly at all?
apothecary.
Beverly Hills, um, all just called Beverly usually, is a is a is a place where oh yeah, that burger place, the burger place we went to. You remember the burger place, the
Yeah,
best
the
burger?
first night when I met you
Yeah,
guys.
the first night when you met us, that's
Yeah.
Beverly.
Okay. I mean, it was, I don't know where.
Well,
If
well,
you tell me that's the name of the neighborhood, then sure, but I couldn't point it
yeah,
out on a map.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But burger place, there's a hippie grocery store, stuff like that, right? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about just make it a place that has like, oh, you can go here to eat, you can go here to buy pencils or whatever.
Yeah,
Just a thing rather than a, hey, there's nothing here.
right.
There's no one, there is a scent store, like an incense or smell store or whatever you want to call it. There is a sign store. There are some convenience stores. All those things are in one area, but there are lots of places that are just not there, right?
Right.
It's just an empty building. And that's what we're kind of talking about. Have every building on the block be occupied by someone who's doing something. And what it is doesn't really matter as long as they're all doing something different.
It's
So
contributing
there's
to the
something in common.
economy.
Exactly. That's right. And the idea is maybe have the people that own the place, right? Giving out loans, whatever, be people from the community,
Yeah.
so that you don't run into the situation of, you know, not only something someone can't afford, but just something nobody wants, right? I do feel like though that the problem that the people up north have when they go and they look at the people that live in the south part of Chicago often is that they mistake what people want also. Like they think that, people wouldn't want a store that sells all different types of olive oil and baking pans and stuff like that, right? Whereas if there actually was one, I believe that some people would go there and get stuff. I mean, the whole neighborhood that I live in, it's all like people. in their 40s and 50s with children, who just sort of hang out in their houses
Yeah.
mostly. It's not we're not a college, frat party kind of situation. There's not a lot of there
It's
are
very suburban.
fireworks. Yeah, exactly. It's suburban inside of the city, which is a little crazy, but yeah, no high-rise apartments really. This is the one thing they were talking about is that um oh, this is one of the things. If there is going to if you are going to build like a set of flats, right? Like a three flat, five flat situation, owner occupied was one of the things that it mentioned on the sheet. So you can't just like build it and then rent it out.
Right.
You have to actually be living in the building yourself, which is pretty cool, I think.
I think Seattle's probably moving towards that. I'm not. Every once in a while, I hear about a new uh, law that's going through the process here in Seattle to limit the amount of outside investors in real estate, residential real
Yeah.
estate here in Seattle.
I mean, you heard about I think I told you already, the hot goss, which is now old goss. You were gone when I found out about it.
What's the hot
You
goss?
remember the building that got raided by ICE the in Chicago in the South Shore neighborhood.
Not particularly,
It made some
but
news. People rappelling from helicopters, taking all the families out in the cold and putting
I
immigrant
don't
families in one
remember
van
that specific instance. But that doesn't surprise me that that happened.
and then somebody got in trouble for like filming it and then making a recruitment ad off of it, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, all of this to be said, shortly thereafter, everyone was kicked out of the building. And the reason it was kicked out of the building is because they were not in livable conditions. Part of the reason they weren't in livable conditions is because a lot of the front doors had their locks broken. The reason a lot of the locks were
Cool.
broken because they were, you get the idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so the hot goss was, even though everybody had assumed it and was talking about it, the owner and the property management company, two different people, were being looked into about whether or not they were the ones who called the ice raid
Oh,
on the
really?
building. Yeah. I haven't heard anything more since, but that was one of the big things. Like as a way to get because the tenants apparently had filed requests for a bunch of changes to the building. And then this happened. So who knows, Ben? But pretty crazy.
Ugh.
Oh, did you ever see the Fantastic Four movie?
I have not seen the Fantastic Four movie.
I also have not seen the Fantastic Four
But
movie.
it's got Pedro Pascal in it.
Yep.
Um, I don't know. I never. The only reason I watched any of the other Fantastic Four movies is not because I was interested in them, but is because I was like doing a comic book podcast at the time, and I
Yeah.
watched them as an assignment.
Yes.
I no
So
longer have that podcast, so I no longer have that assignment and that duty to watch all the comic book properties that are out.
I do have a question about that.
Although I did
Um,
mention earlier today that I'm enjoying Wonder Man.
yeah, that's okay. So the question answered. But you're watching that on your own volition.
Yeah, I mean, I heard good things. I heard it was highly recommended, and so
Very cool. And you're enjoying it, sounds like.
yeah, yeah. But I don't
Is
really.
it
I'm
about superheroes? Is it about Hollywood? Is it about both?
yeah, I'd say it's about both. There's some
Um,
espionage involved.
ooh, well,
Yeah.
well. Um, that
Ben
comic
Kingsley
book.
sounds like he's doing a Paul McCartney impression.
Oh, that's funny. Um, who's older? Paul McCartney? Is that weird to think about?
I have no
This is one of
idea.
those things did you know that Cleopatra and X, Y, or Z were
Oh,
alive at
right.
the same time?
Yeah.
Um, so okay,
Or
the
like
comic
the
book podcast that you were
something
on.
like the dinosaur. No, that's not true. Well, there's something in terms of like Cleopatra's relationship to the pyramids is further away than not the dinosaurs, but further away than something else that you wouldn't imagine. I can't remember what that little fun fact is though.
Kitty Hawk or whatever. That's not it, but um,
Yeah.
so so this is my question. The the podcast that you were on was tied to a comic book store, at least a little bit. It was sponsored by,
Yeah.
was that called Comics Dungeon?
Yeah. It was Comics
Okay, I
Dungeon.
got it. All right. I was talking about, people were asking about what comic book stores I went to when I was in Seattle, and that was the only one that I could name. And I had been in there at one point in time. Comics
It,
Dungeon doesn't exist anymore as
no,
a
they
store, though.
the pandemic killed them off. But it was a quality store.
It was,
Yeah.
yes.
It
So,
was good people that ran it.
yeah, I also feel the same way. There's a guy who works at the grocery store I go to, who recommended I go to a comic book store, and every single time that I think about going to it, I it's been too cold or whatever.
Yeah.
And so every time I see him, I'm like, I haven't gone yet. And then this last time I said, the next time I go, I mean, the next time I see you, I will have gone. And now I'm worried that I won't be able
Oh,
to.
then you can't go back to that store until you go to the comic book store.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no
So
like,
yeah, he was like, just take the red line, and I'm like, yeah, it's true.
but
Um,
people who live in this affordable housing might ride it someday.
yeah, what's gonna happen then? I live in affordable housing, if you think about it. Otherwise,
there's
how would I be
a
able to live here?
there's a comic book store up on Broadway that I was in once, and I just got a bad vibe in the place. But
Ooh,
it's like it's a it's a combination comic book store and role playing, like tabletop role playing store.
yeah,
And the
most
yeah, I don't
are
know.
these
I just
days.
didn't. Yeah, you got to diversify in this economy.
Well, they make the money by hosting, paying people to use their space.
Yeah, and I'm not burning role playing spaces in comic book stores. It's just not my bag, right?
Can I
But
tell you, Ben?
the people who worked there, I didn't really get it because I was so used to the nice
Yeah,
people at Comic Section. I just didn't. So I haven't gone in there since then.
I will say this. Give me a combination comic book store, role-playing game store over a combination comic book store, Pokemon store any day. Like, if they have card tournaments,
No,
as opposed to people like nerds
even Magic.
playing their little, even Magic, yeah, nerds playing their little characters and doing little theater stuff in the background, much better than people like playing their card games.
I actually have
And
I have no concept of how one plays a Pokemon card game. How is
listen,
it? How
Ben,
is it
I
different?
meant I meant Magic, but I forgot, so I said Pokemon instead. This is
Okay,
the
Magic.
this problem. So, and listen, if you play Magic and you listen to this podcast, hey man, we're all
Thanks for
good.
listening.
It's no problem. Yeah. I'll tell you a story after the podcast, Ben.
No,
It's a small
bonus
story,
Patreon
but
content.
yeah, it's worth listening to, and it'll give you an idea of where I'm coming from as far as all this. All I will say is this: D&D players, role-playing people, Magic the Gathering people, you're gonna find someone in those communities to like and to hang out with. and you may have problems with other people in that community,
Much like any sort of
much
collection
like
of people.
any collection of people. Yes, that is what I will say.
I don't collect Magic or Pokemon cards or anything like that. I do collect sports cards, and
We
there's a
still haven't
store
done the thing, Ben.
there's a no, we haven't. There's a store in my hometown, and I believe it's called Name of My City Comics and Cards. And
Uh-huh.
I was super excited because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go look at their, look at their sports card collection, and walked through the whole store. The cards they were referring to were Magic the Gathering cards and a collection of
Oh,
Pokemon and other sort of like whatever that type of card game genre
yeah.
is called. No
Not great
baseball
when
cards
you're
whatsoever.
not great when you're looking for a baseball card and all they have
Exactly.
is yeah. I have some cool collectible cards that I haven't opened, but they're like from Twin Peaks and stuff like that. You know how you used to have those?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
that's
believe
kind of
I have
fun.
some Star Trek cards somewhere.
Yeah. Star Trek, by the way. Just reminded again how cool Star Trek is in general and was for quite some time.
Yeah.
People complain that Star Trek has gone woke, have never really
I've
understood
never
Star
watched
Trek.
Star Trek. I
Exactly.
uh, I also have a collection of Garbage Pail Kids that aren't in very good
No.
collection, and they're not the cards that I collected because when I was a kid, I collected first gen Garbage Pail
Yeah.
Kids because they came out when I was in
What happened?
that
Did
age.
your mom
I
throw them
no
away?
when I can't remember how old it was. I think it was after sixth grade. And I was going into middle school, or it may have been even later than that. No, I still lived in Olympia, so I think I was in high school, and we were about to move, and I gave all of my Garbage Pail Kids to a neighbor kid friend of mine who was younger than I was, because I thought I'm too old for this Garbage Pail Kid
Yeah.
stuff. And I
And
wish I had, because they were in excellent condition. I wish I had kept them because now they are worth more than the baseball cards that I collected at the
I
time.
could imagine. So
Yeah.
so here's what I will say also for those of you listening in the future. When I said to Ben, "Did your mom throw them away?" This is not a slight on Ben's mom.
No.
In the and it probably is still the same for you, but in the 21st century, early 21st century, and in the late 20th century as well, the big story is I had a blank, but then my mom
Yeah.
threw them out or whatever. Uh, but I had a bunch of comic books. I had a Sandman #1 that got ruined in the basement when it flooded,
Yeah.
back when I was living in
Well, I
Edwardsville.
mean,
And now,
my dad, who's
who
a
knows?
boomer, he had all these old comic books from the 50s and 60s and a bunch of old baseball cards too, which, if they were in good condition and graded, and cared for properly, would be worth quite a bit of money these days. But my grandfather threw them away when my dad went to
Oh, it's
college.
happening. I don't
The
know.
rapture.
I didn't see it show up. I still think it's outside. I know that,
Maybe it's between the walls. It's inside the walls.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
a
I
telltale something going on in
again,
your walls.
there's just a feeling that I have that
An
that
uneasy feeling like you're being watched.
no, there's just a feeling that it's outside. Like that's my main instinct. Like
You're
that's
right.
where it sounds like it's happening. But who knows? Who knows? Okay, so uh again, still playing um the Divinity Original Sin 2 game. Still playing it on
I
my
thought you said last
PS5.
week that you stopped playing that.
I stopped playing it on my iPad. Switched back to
Ah,
playing it on the PS5 because it made the PS5 too hot. No,
it
made the
made the
iPad too hot.
iPad too hot.
Yeah, exactly. Um, Still good. I'm enjoying it still. I think turn-based is my speed. I get too anxious when I'm playing like live, it feels like. So I keep stopping again because it's still happening. This is why I don't think it's an animal because it's too frequent.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a bunch of animals.
Are
No.
you concerned that it's a part of your house that's maybe, because you do
That's what
have
I'm
you
afraid
have
of.
had a bunch of like expenses in terms of fixing the house. Like
Yeah, I'm
now you're
afraid
just like,
that
is
it's
this
something.
something else that you will have to fix?
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm afraid of. Either is this a raccoon that I'll have to get out again? Is this,
Yeah.
you know, something that I'm not catching? I actually, I wonder, I wonder if what I'm hearing is actually that there's like a sort of a halfway door between the alley, like the door on this side and the door on that side. Maybe it's something that's no, it's not a banging though. It's a definite pressure in, pressure release. A pop it. A padoop. And with that, Ben, it's definitely a pocket pop it Duke. We are at the end of the podcast. Lovely for people to see my kind of obsession distraction on full display. How natural for everyone to see. Oh, Moisture Fest is a Seattle thing.
Yes.
I apparently, so I think I talked a little bit about this, which I forgot. Lucy Darling, the performer,
You mentioned her last week, yeah.
plays Moisture Fest, and Jennifer knows about it.
Mm.
So there you go. That's all. And with that, Ben,
And with that, it's time to bid you keep it good, keep it
keep
wrong,
wrong. Yes, keep wrong.
and
And
how's it
Merry,
happening? That
how's
other
it happening to
thing.
all of you? All right.
I
So long.